Follow up to my previous video about how to do some finishing work on 3D printed parts. In my last video I kind of talked about some techniques I had for doing the tread wheels, and after doing about half of them, 16 of them, I've come up with a couple other suggestions I think would be very, very helpful for those who are just getting started on this. So I just wanted to make this follow-up video. First thing, I found out that it actually gives better results if you go ahead and sand by hand as opposed to trying to do a power sanding with a drill. Even though using the drills to spin the wheels takes a lot of strain off your hands, the results aren't quite as good as you get with a hand sanding. And the reason for this is when you do the hand sanding, you're essentially holding the sandpaper and the wheel's just spinning towards the sandpaper, and all the sand that comes off from your sanding goes right back on the sandpaper and quickly clogs it up. It has nowhere to go, and so it just basically gums up the sandpaper very fast, and it becomes worn out very fast. And the buildup of that sand on the sandpaper actually makes your sandpaper have more grit, so it actually starts digging in a little bit more, so you don't get quite as good results. Whereas when you're doing it by hand, your back and forth motion on the sanding allows the sand to come off the sandpaper, and it doesn't accumulate on it so badly, and it gives it a lot better finish. Now, for those who are just starting out, if you want to do the early part of the sanding with the power drills, that's probably okay. But once you get towards the end where you want a better result, I would recommend doing it by hand. You just get better results. And the second thing I want to bring out, and this is I think one of the best tips I can give you. I just came across it actually today on the last set of wheels. I ran out of sandpaper, had to go buy some more sandpaper. And the sandpaper I was using before is your standard sandpaper you can get at any big box store. There's 3M basic sandpaper. And this was wearing out pretty quick. I was using 220 on the wheels to start with, 220 grit. And a pack of 4 of this was running me about $7 for a pack of 4. All right. And on the wheels, basically, I would take the sandpaper and rip it up into about 1x2 strips, about this size, which works really good with my hands and the wheels and all that, and fold it up. So that works really good. With the old sandpaper, the big wheels, this isn't the biggest of the wheels, it's the biggest diameter, but not the widest, but the big wheels would take me 4 to 5 pieces of sandpaper this size to be able to do this, to finish up the sanding. So 4 to 5 of these. When I went to buy the replacement sandpaper, I went ahead and bought this Pro Grade Precision 3M sandpaper. It's purple. Now, this pack holds 15 instead of 4, and it cost me $14. So it's twice as expensive per pack, but you get almost 4 times as many sheets. So it works out to be considerably cheaper. The big difference is this is way, way better sandpaper. Way better sandpaper. And I can't stress enough, use this sandpaper over your standard sandpaper. The first thing is it lasts about 4 times longer. So you're getting a better price that lasts 4 times longer. Second, it doesn't gum up nearly as much as the other sandpaper. All of this resulted in me being able to sand one of the big wheels with 1 piece this big, not 4 to 5, 1, and there was still grit left over. Highly recommend to use this sandpaper. That's the professional grade 3M, and it's the purple colored sandpaper. You can't go wrong with this in my opinion. I think it's just way better than a regular sandpaper. So those are little updates about on the sanding. I think will help you out a lot if you're just getting started. And even those that are in the middle of sanding, at least switch over to the professional grade sandpaper. You'll be pleasantly surprised at how much easier it is to sand and how much quicker and how much how better the results are and how much cheaper it is. As always, thanks for watching.